Love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I am on live on YouTube as well. Like I said, we getting situated up in this dancery. Okay. And I'm gonna eat my salad too as well. Okay. So welcome to my first live reading in I don't know how many ages, but we here. I'm just saying for YouTube, first of all, because YouTube hasn't seen me on since I don't know when. I look completely different from the last time they seen me. So it's a whole different vibe. Hey Livette 108, how are you? So I am live on YouTube and IG. Okay. So we're gonna do sign readings today. Today is June 2nd, 2021. If we're gonna go with the Gregorian calendar. Um, First, I'll start off talking about some of the astrology, as I usually do, and what this reading mainly may pertain to. So, and then we'll start off the readings. So, okay. So, the current astrology right now, okay, for June 2nd, 2021. We are currently in a Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Okay, Mercury is very strong here. Mercury is at home in Gemini, but it's definitely causing the retrograde to be felt amongst the whole collective. Because there's some retrogrades that Mercury goes through that some of us don't even feel it. Okay, but mainly the Mercury ruled people, such as your Virgo risings and Gemini risings, are definitely feeling it. Okay, so I'm just going to be waving at people here as I'm explaining stuff. Um, so um, knowing that there's a lot of miscommunication going on, there's a lot of misinformation flying around, there's truth flying around, but it's being distorted as well because Mercury retrograde at 24 degrees of Gemini right now is being squared by Neptune at 23 degrees of Pisces. So that's causing all kinds of shit going on. It's the all over the place circus energy, okay? We do have a circus energy. Okay, you're gonna be seeing people doing acrobats. You're gonna be seeing, tigers jumping through fire rings during this whole retrograde. You're gonna get, pregnant women standing on a totem pole, on one foot, kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about, like circus shit. Okay, this is what that retrograde is bringing up. And mind me, I might be a little sweaty because if I turn on that AC, it's gonna be loud and you ain't gonna be able to hear me. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab a towel. Okay, so as I said, this reading gonna be a little ghetto. Okay, we're gonna be a little ghetto today. Okay, and you see me, I got my rinse and go look. Okay, rinse and go. So, um, so yeah, that's one of the main things that we're gonna talk about today is that Mercury retrograde square Neptune and Pisces. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. There's some other aspects that are going on in the background, but this is the main aspect we're gonna talk about today for the readings. So we're gonna really just go ahead and get into the readings. I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about the astrology. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Geminis. Okay, so since it's Gemini season, we're gonna start with Geminis. Okay. Sorry, Geminis. The salad's good. Okay. Every sign is going to get 3 cards to be pulled, maybe 4, but if something falls out or I need more clarity, every sign is going to get 3 cards. Okay. We're going to do my original deck today. Um, Not my very first deck, but the original deck that I usually use now. I'm gonna bust out that Hermetic tarot deck for the Gemini solar eclipse. I'm gonna bust out a new deck on y'all next week. But okay, so Geminis. Let's go ahead. Okay, so Geminis. Y'all bitches are all over the place. Very much all over the place. Energy. I'm picking up Geminis. You know, Geminis are having good birthdays, to be honest, so far. So happy birthdays to any of the Geminis out there. A lot of y'all are having really good birthdays this year compared to last year. I'll give y'all that. Your birthdays have been beautiful. You're partying like a wild animal for some of y'all. Others are really taking it easy, but having like a beautiful, like, reset, during this Mercury retrograde, because your ruling planet is retrograding in your sign. So, a lot of miscommunication has been coming from you, or you've been the flaky one because you just, you change your mind very quick. Some of y'all be like, we're going to go to this party, but then all of a sudden at the last minute, your ass is just staying at home. Or you decide to go somewhere else, something else caught your attention, So Geminis have been very all over the place. I've been noticing like Gemini, or what I've been picking up is Geminis have been trying to set new standards for themselves. Okay, they've been trying to set new standards and new rules for themselves, or like new habits. Okay, a lot of not Pisces, a lot of Geminis are trying to do that, but it's not working because they be talking about, what, I ain't gonna have sex until we are committed, okay, in a committed relationship. So, we're not gonna have sex until then. We go on these dates. I don't care how long it takes. If this man or woman or whoever does not, commit to me, we're not gonna have sex. But then after the first date, they already done fucked. That mind changed real quick. Okay, Geminis, y'all be talking like right now, y'all be talking like you're gonna start this, that, and the third. We gonna set some new habits. It don't happen. Y'all not following through. Okay, there's no follow through with Geminis right now. No follow through. And right now, I honestly feel like it's very difficult to pin down a Gemini right now. I honestly really picked that vibe up. It's really difficult to pin down Geminis because Geminis really wants to roam. They want to just do them. And that's very respectable. I'll give them that. Because a lot of them were locked up at home last year. Some of them were living a homosexual life. Some of them were finessing. Some of them were doing all kinds of things to make sure they have a roof over their head. But now this year, they out here roaming. Okay, they are roaming the fields. All Gemini said, y'all not stopping me. No, no, no. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go to a restaurant. We're gonna meet up with some friends. Okay. Fuck quarantine life. Fuck the mask. Am I lying, Geminis? All y'all like fuck the rules. Fuck the rules. COVID what? Is what a lot of Geminis are saying right now. Okay, Geminis is not. They are not bothered by anything right now, which can rub some people the wrong way. Obviously, it's going to rub some people in the wrong way, but that's the people's that's just their projection and insecurities. So don't worry, Gemini. Just brush it off. Keep living your life freely and stay within truth. Okay, the truth is on your side. That's what I'm picking up for a Gemini. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Let's see what Spirit has to say. All right, first card. Okay, knowledge, upright. Knowledge, upright. The butterfly in the reverse. The butterfly in the reverse. And neutrality in the reverse. Neutrality in the reverse. Maybe we'll pull one more card. Let's see. We'll pull from the middle of the deck. And attraction in the reverse. Attraction in the reverse. Okay. Okay, so Geminis. Geminis is full of wisdom right now, full of knowledge, full of teaching people. Okay. I feel like Geminis are leading the way when it comes to like the truth and things of that nature, knowledge upright. I honestly feel that a lot of them are living an honest life right now. Like a lot of them will tell you what's up. You know, all their secrets from last year, shit that they were up to, the shit that they finessed. You know, Geminis is just living their life freely. Okay. As you should. Because you have a lot of support in your sign. Now, the thing though that I would say is don't forget your divine path. Okay. Yes, you have this kind of like free will to do as you please, Geminis, but you can't forget your purpose. You can't forget your assignment. Okay. Because I know the butterfly in the reverse is showing you, yes, you have all, you know, all this free will and things of that nature, but you're kind of forgetting what your main goal is. Okay. A lot of Geminis do have main goals when it comes to their profession, line of work they do, also their role in society, their title, you know, things of that nature. Geminis can't forget why they're here. Because the moment you forget, this is when everything becomes, when you don't have any goals, this is what makes life feel meaningless. Okay. Where some Geminis may feel that they don't know what's next, you know, so they're just living their life freely. They don't know what's next. They have, you know, they feel like they have nothing lined up when they do. In reality, you do. And you may feel that being goal oriented with this attraction in the reverse is not that attractive right now. Okay, with attraction in the reverse, you may be feeling like, oh, achieving goals and moving up the ladder or becoming a someone popularity in the public eye, things of that nature. You may be feeling like that doesn't seem attractive right now. You may be feeling like, you know what? No, I don't need to do all that. I'm just gonna live my life freely. Really, do focus on my personal life and things of that nature because you got used to that last year. But Neptune in Pisces is really trying to get you to focus. The spiritual energies are trying to get you to focus on your role here. What you're trying to provide to society right now. What are you trying to be known for? Are you trying to be known as a party animal? Someone who gets fucked up every weekend? Or somebody who's just all over the place traveling and shit? Which, may seem cool and all, but in reality, you're not progressing, you're not evolving. Unless the travel part is part of your line of work. So I feel like Spirit is really trying to get you to focus because it seems foggy right now on what your goals are. What's the next step up the mountain? Okay. I feel like a lot of Geminis made a pit stop on their journey. They just made a pit stop. They're like, we gonna be localized right here. We're gonna do this right here. I'm not trying to go up the mountain right now. I'm taking a break. Okay. But that solar eclipse coming up though, I feel like it's going to force you guys out into the public. Okay, we'll use Trump as an example. He's a Gemini. He's gonna get thrusted out into the public, whether he likes it and wants it or not. Okay, that man, you're gonna hear a lot more about that man coming up. Okay, his birthday's rolling around, and there's just a lot of things with that Gemini that's going to get thrusted out there. Shit, you might hear a lot about Kanye West. He might get thrusted out there. Shit, Kendrick Lamar might drop a song. He's a Gemini. That motherfucker probably about to drop a song. Okay? So a lot of people who are Geminis, you're about to be thrusted out into the public eye or be as a lead position, a lead role. We're trying to finish out this North Node in Gemini transit. So that solar eclipse is going to really put y'all in the spotlight. People are going to see you. Okay? And shit, you're going to see what side of the fence you're on. Neutrality in the reverse. You guys would be the most obvious when it comes to what side of the collective you on. Okay? Are you on the Saturn cube side of the collective or are you on the divine side of the collective? We going to really see. Okay? Cuz some of y'all like to play dibble dabble, both sides. Geminis tend to be bisexuals. Just saying, a lot of y'all Geminis are bisexuals. Especially if you got a lot of Gemini in your chart. I guarantee you, you are a bisexual. I don't care if you're a gay man or a straight man. I don't care if you're a straight woman or a gay woman or lesbian. I don't care. If you're a Gemini, most likely you're a bisexual. You like to dibble dabble both sides. Mm-hmm. A lot of y'all don't want us to know that. Some of y'all are open about it, and I love it. Y'all be like, shit, that woman attractive, you know, girl talking. She's like, oh, she attractive. I'll fuck her. I'm like, oh, okay. She got a man at home though, but she's like, I'll fuck her. I'm like, oh, okay. That's cute. You comfortable. I love that. But I'm just saying, you know, be free as a butterfly, but don't forget your assignment, Geminis. Okay, don't forget your assignment. Don't forget why you're here. Okay, you're about to be thrusted out into the public eye, or a lead position. A lot of y'all about to be in lead positions. Okay, a lot of Geminis about to be in lead positions of something. Mm-hmm. So that's really all I have for Geminis. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. That's all I have for Geminis. For right now. Okay? For right now. Okay, let's move on to Cancers. Okay, Cancers. Let's move on to Cancers. Cancers, you got Venus in your sign now. Okay. That's beautiful. She likes being in Cancer, so y'all getting a welcome presence of the goddess. Okay, the goddess energy for Cancers. Mm-hmm. Getting a lot of goddess energy in your sign. Cancers, now you also have Mars in your sign still. Okay, you still have Mars in your sign for another good week. I think a good week and a half. Okay, before Mars makes his exit into Leo. One of the things I want to say to Cancers is, Cancers, you are, I think Cancers, you're revisiting something here, is what I'm picking up during this Mercury retrograde. You're revisiting the past 3 years. Okay, because the battle between Mars and Cancer and Pluto retrograde and Capricorn stands out the most for me with you guys. Okay, especially if you're towards the end of Cancer, like your July Cancers. Okay, like towards, you know, closer to Leo season, especially. But a lot of y'all Cancers are revisiting quite a few things of the past. And these past 3 years come up, 2018, 19, and 2020, because there was so much shit going on in your opposite sign, Capricorn. Okay, there was a lot going on. So a lot about relationships, contracts, business transactions, people who fuck with you, people who don't fuck with you. You know, and the people who don't fuck with you are open enemies, like they don't like your ass. Or you may have caused that, because some of y'all Cancers do be causing that shit. I ain't gonna lie. And you're seeing that again. Because some of y'all Cancers, I ain't gonna lie, y'all don't speak up. That's the problem with some of y'all Cancers. Y'all don't speak up. When you have an issue with someone, you don't speak up. You just internalize that shit, and then it just bubbles up. And then when shit hits the fan, then you bring it up. That's not how it works, baby. Okay, that's not how it works. Not these days. Not with Saturn and Aquarius. Not with, you know, Mars about to go into Leo and oppose Saturn. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay? Because that shit don't matter now. You waited 2, 3 months to say something. That shit don't matter. You mad because your man didn't wash the dishes. Okay, he keeps leaving the dishes in the sink, and your ass is getting mad, but you don't say nothing. You want him to feel your emotions and anger, but you ain't saying shit. So he's gonna keep doing it. And this man could be like an Aries man, because Aries men or Aquarius men, they're not paying attention to that shit. They're not paying attention to your emotions. They're not paying attention to how you feeling. So if you ain't saying nothing, then obviously it's gonna keep happening. And it's gonna keep happening. And then something else happens. Okay. He maybe he broke your phone by accident. He dropped your phone when just by accident. Then you get so upset, talk he's so clumsy and shit. But then, he's just like, well, you shouldn't have put your phone there. Okay? So he say, you shouldn't have left your phone right there. And then you're like, well, that's you're not respectful, you're not being caring, you don't even wash the dishes in the sink. I'm so upset. I'm just using an example. I'm so fucking upset. You don't even clean the dishes. You don't even clean up after yourself. Because that made me mad a month or two ago that you left all them dishes in the sink and a roach appeared. Then he's gonna say, why you didn't say anything? And then your ass is stumped, Cancers. See, this Mars in Cancer rolling through your sign is triggering you to say the things that you feel. Okay, it's really triggering that emotional response. Okay, if you see something, say something. Okay, this is not a time to be quiet and silent. Your throat chakra is highly activated, and spirit is trying to get you to really get it out. Okay, that's what spirit is doing. This is what I'm picking up for Cancers. Okay, and this is what's causing a lot of anxiety in some Cancers, because their personal life, their personal life is just, is not the same like it was last year. Last year it was beautiful. This year there's just not much going on, so they get a little stressed out. Now they have to really sit with their partner, go out with their partner. Some of them who are in relationships, they have to really focus on their partner. But in reality, they miss being at home. They miss just staying at home. So Cancers, like I said, express how you feel. That's what's going to help clear up so much energy in your aura, in your field. It's just activating that throat chakra. So if any of your chakras is blocked, it's due to your throat chakra. Okay. You might be highly intuitive, third eye, and then all of a sudden blocked. It stops right there. That's what I'm feeling. Express what you want, Cancers. Say it, speak it. It may manifest. First card. Okay, abstract, upright. Abstract, upright. The Empress in the reverse. The Empress in the reverse. Freedom in the reverse. Freedom in the reverse. Yeah, we'll just do 4 cards for each sign. And the Leader upright. Interesting. The Leader upright. It's very interesting. Okay. It's an interesting pull because you have the Leader card, but the Empress is in the reverse. So there's an eternal conflict. Okay, there's an internal emotional conflict in a lot of cancers right now. And what I'm feeling is a lot of it's weird shit, okay? Abstract upright. A lot of weird shit is going on in cancers right now. Okay, a lot of weird emotional shit that's hard to explain. They can't even explain it. Um there's just a lot of weird. I would say there's a lot of things, a lot of weird energy, probably in your home space. Okay, there's probably only because a lot of your focus has shifted and it has been forced to be shifted. Okay, a lot of your focus had to be shifted to other areas of life, probably such as example, of course, work. Now you ain't working from home no more, so now you gotta go back to work. You gotta physically go back to work. And some of y'all are managers, okay? Some of y'all are leaders. Some of y'all are in a lead position in what you do or in entrepreneurship. But I feel like with the Empress in the reverse, with the Empress in the reverse, you're feeling a lack of motivation to really pursue and lead the way and fulfill your roles. Um, I'm feeling like cancers really emotionally just wants to be at home. They want to be secure. They want to actually mother or nurture something, whether that's taking care of their man or their woman. You know, cancers would rather be that right now rather than being at work or leading a community or leading an organization. I feel like there's some cancers who are entrepreneurs who are doing their thing, but their motivation is just not there to do it. Some of you probably have cut back on, your own personal work. So the question is, why is that? The question is, too, are you doing what you love doing? Because it could be just that. Maybe you're not doing what you love doing. And that's why you would rather be at home, be in your personal shell, rather than being out in public and actually fulfilling your responsibilities. So there's a tug of war going on within cancers. There's an internal tug of war. And I feel like that Mars in your sign opposing Pluto and Capricorn is really pulling that out of you. And a lot of it also could be the relationship you're in. Some of you could be in a typical schmippical relationship that I feel like you shouldn't be in, because this is another cycle that you're going through. You're dating the same type of person. It's a different person, but the same type of shit. So you're dealing with the same type of shit and you're not happy and you're wondering why. You thought come out of, bad relationships and bad issues with people, and now you feel like, oh, you found the one, this one's the right one, but then it's not. It's almost the same pattern again, the same thing. And then it might be with your line of work too. It might be with your job too. And with all this together, now you're feeling like your freedom is being blocked. You're not doing the things you really absolutely want to do. You're going with the flow. You're going with the motions. Life is getting a little stale. Your personal desires and needs are not being met. This is when you have to sit back and reevaluate. I think this Mercury in retrograde in Gemini is getting you to reflect on your cycles. I think that's the main thing right now. You have to sit with yourself and evaluate why you're going through the same thing. And that's why you've developed all these weird emotional feelings, abstract and upright. And maybe that's why there's a lack of motivation to really take charge of being in responsibility and accountability. So I feel like a lot of cancers have to reevaluate why they're going through the same thing that they've went through already, and you have to reevaluate again. And this is a time where you can break out cycles. I actually think even with this all over the place energy, actually this is a perfect time to break out cycles. This is for everyone across the board, but especially cancers. You can break out cycles. And that's where the level up is. This is when life will become way more exciting again. So some of y'all may need to jump ship with certain things. Some of y'all cancers probably need to jump ship when it comes to this relationship. This relationship is the same shit you dealt with. You're going down the same road. Just a different person, you know? Just a different person. This Mars is triggering that. And when you break out of that cycle, watch how your timeline alters. Cancers, your timeline will alter completely. It'll be a whole 180. So that's what I pick up with cancers. Trying to break out a cycle. That's what it is. You're stuck in a loop. You're mostly stuck in the loop. You know what? I picked that up especially with anyone who has moon in Cancer. If you have a moon in Cancer, definitely pay attention. All right, we're gonna move on to Leos. Somebody in YouTube asked me, is their marriage gonna last? They're both Geminis. Girl. Girl, book a reading. That's a question you should ask her in a reading, okay? Somebody asked that on YouTube. I was like, girl. Okay, Leos. These are general readings. I don't answer those questions. All right, readings. This is a reading for, I forget to state this. This is a reading for Leo suns, Leo risings, and Leo moons. Okay, I forgot to state. See, I haven't done readings in so long. This reading is ghetto. Okay, this reading is ghetto. I'm over here forgetting to state, you know, this reading is for Leo suns, Leo risings, and Leo moons. But I love it. I love it. Hey, sometimes those are the best readings, is the ghetto readings. Okay, Leos. Okay. Leos, you are rearranging your friendships right now. Okay. I feel like a lot of Leos, their circle is changing. And especially that solar eclipse is going to really change a lot of y'all circles. Okay, I'm just going to let y'all know, Leos, some of the people you surround yourself with right now ain't going to be around in the second half of the year. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. Some of y'all, because Leos, I would say this, out of all the signs, Leo has been the most authentic out of all the signs. They've been authentically themselves. They've been living, majority of them have been living out their true heart. Because Leos rule the heart. And they rule the spine as well. So a lot of Leos have a spine right now, out of all the signs. Leos are definitely leading the way when it comes to being real. I'm keeping it 100. I see it. Leos are keeping it real. And of course, you know, there has been tests of that, and there will be more, but the universe is on your side. Okay, Leos? Just to remind you, if you feel like there's a lot of people against you being you, trust and believe God's standing with you. The universe is standing on your side. Spirit is standing on your side. Especially as long as you stand on all 10 toes. Okay? There's going to be tests. But right now, you are really rearranging your court. Because a lot of the people you surrounded yourself with, especially last year or the previous year or the year before that, now all that is changing and it's faded. And when that happens, that's going to alter your timeline. Because a lot of your court represents who you are. A lot of the people you surround yourself with is a piece of you in a way. So if you're trying to live in abundance, Leos, if you're trying to live in abundance, but one of your friends is always missing their bills, they ain't paying their bills on time, they over here, you know, scamming people, okay? They scamming people, you know, whether that's through some of these pyramid scheme businesses, or, you know, they scamming people to get the jab, wherever the case may be, that energy is rubbing and giving you, is showing a piece of you. So maybe there's something within you need to change. And when you see that, this is where you're going to have to detach, especially if you're against what I just said, okay? Or you don't want to be around people who be scamming other people and being fake, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe you don't want to be around people who gossip all the time. Maybe that's a reflection of something within you. Okay, maybe we need to change that up too. Maybe I don't want somebody spreading rumors and shit about me, or about so and so, or about someone I love, or whatever the case may be. So that's just a reminder. Your court represents who you are. Okay? And especially the 5 closest people around you at all times. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. Okay, Leos. First card. The shadow upright. The shadow upright. Ooh, baby. The wheel of fortune upright. Ooh, the wheel of fortune upright. Judgment upright. Judgment upright. Look at y'all Leos. Okay, and then the sun in the reverse. The sun in the reverse. I already know where this reading's going. Ooh, Leos. Okay. Come through, Leos. Come through. Okay. So let's get into this. Leos. First, we're going to start off with the shadow card. Okay. The shadow upright. The shadow upright. So, like I said, Leos, you are rearranging your court. Some of you may have to tap into a little bit more shadow work to see what aspects of you is lingering around that you don't want around in a way that misrepresents where you're headed and who you are. Okay. Some of you may need to start doing some shadow work. Shit, I'm a rising Leo, so maybe I need to do some shadow work too. So this is a perfect period to begin that. Okay, to begin some more shadow work. You know, maybe hit up a shadow worker, you know, to help you out with that process. Okay. So I think, you know, shout out to the shadow workers out there. They can help you out with that. Now, Leos, with the shadow aspect and with the sun in the reverse, okay, with the sun in the reverse, some of you are on the verge of upgrading your soul. Some of you might be on the verge of upgrading to a different frequency, okay? Some of you might be, you know, from 4D to 5D, 3D to 4D, 5D to 6D, you know, the frequencies, the planes, okay? Different planes. Some of you are on the verge of operating into that plane. However, like I said, this depends on your courts of people you surround yourself with, because they can influence you and block that, okay, with the combination of the shadow and the sun in the reverse. The sun represents your soul, and funny enough, the sun rules your sign. Okay, the sun rules Leos. So your intuition is spot on with who should not be around you. You can feel it. Okay, judgment upright. The judgment card upright. You have Jupiter in your 8th house now, temporarily. Jupiter will be back, it will retrograde back into your 7th house of relationships. But right now, Jupiter is in your 8th house, okay, which deals with, you know, feeling out energies, the metaphysical world, deals with, you know, the psychological feelings of waves and being able to, you know, read people and things of that nature. All of that has expanded recently. So you can pick up who really has the best interest for you and who doesn't. And those who don't have the best interest for you can actually keep you at the frequency you are at currently. Okay, that's very important, especially if this is someone who's very close to you. I can see some of the Leos, actually, you might have a big friendship breakup coming. Okay, some of you who have a best friend, some of you might be on the verge of a breakup, is what I'm picking up, especially with this judgment card upright, because you're learning some truth about them. So, for example, I think of one of them really, I would say, I don't like bringing a jab into the picture, but this is a perfect example. You have a best friend. You know the truth about this shit, right? You know the truth about it. And you're like, fuck this shit. I ain't with that shit. You know, I'm living my life the way I choose it to be. And I don't need that jab to bring back my normal life when I've been living my life. Okay, this is example like myself too. I'm a rising Leo. I'm definitely not getting that thing in my lifetime ever. And my whole thing is I want to make sure I'm around the right people and in frequency that does not want to either. I'm not saying I don't want to be around those who got the you know what, but at the same token, I do want to be around more of those who don't have it because we have a better understanding. Okay, you see that we have a better understanding of what's going on and how that affects other people. Okay, so and your best friend feels has told you they feel the same way. They ain't doing it. I'm with you. Hell no, fuck that. Too, this shit crazy. This shit's a scam. Whatever, right? But here's when the shadow comes in. The shadow card. All of a sudden, a couple weeks later, your best friend gets it, and you feel betrayed, or you feel like, okay, well, A, what changed your mind, obviously, but B, did you always feel this way? Were you lying to me this whole time just to appease me? And see, and this is where the line will be drawn. It's not the fact that they got the jab. If they were fully honest, you'd be like, hey, that's you, do you, boo. We may not connect on the same frequency as much anymore, but at least you're honest. But this person wasn't honest. So it makes you think of, okay, what about other things you haven't been honest about? Judgment card, upright. And you want people who's around you who lives an honest life. That's an example. There could be other examples out there. It may not even be like that. Like I said, it might not even be about that. It might be something completely different. But that's just one of the examples that is popular. And Leos, this is where you will have to detach. This is where you will have to change a circle. This is where you're going to have to really change up who's in your court with you, ruling the kingdom. Now, the good news. The good news, though, there's a lot of positive energy for Leos. Okay, there's a lot of positive energy. Even though, yes, you've been having Uranus square in your sign, you got Saturn opposing your sign. Okay, yes, that can be a headache. But the Wheel of Fortune upright. A lot of y'all will get rewarded for being just you. Okay, some of y'all might roll up on a windfall of some kind of currency exchange. Okay, or a little bonus somewhere. You might find. I feel like Leos, you might be walking down the street and find $100 bill somewhere, or a $50 bill, or a $20 bill. Okay, some of y'all might roll up on some windfalls of some something of value. You might find some hidden treasure that you hid for a while, for a long time. So I do feel like the Wheel of Fortune is on your side. Like I said, God is on your side, Spirit's on your side, abundance is on your side. Leos, maintain that sunny disposition. Because like I said, you'll be rewarded and continuously rewarded. Okay, Leos, for being you. and living out your heart. Your heart chakra is vibrating high. A lot of the Leos out there, your heart chakra is vibrating. Keep it there. Okay, so we're going to end this right here for Leos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end this particular live on IG so that we can start with Virgos. Okay, so follow me into the next live. YouTube, you can stay on. Ooh. Oh, wow, 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 wow. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on. That looks scary. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my gosh, that looks so scary. Hold on. I gotta screenshot that one. That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible thumbnail. I would never. I'm gonna share that in my stories. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible thumbnail. I'm gonna share it in my stories if you follow me on IG or Facebook. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I was like, what is that? I'm just waiting for it to post so I can get back on live on IG. 1 second. Okay. All right. However you want it, how you need it, however you want it, how do you need it? I don't even know that's the lyrics. That's horrible. All right, hold on. However you want it. Yes, we are back. And we are back. Live reading time. Virgos on deck. Virgos on deck. Alrighty. And we are back. Gemini's through Leo hosted. Okay. We're going to do Virgo through Scorpio in this particular live. And then I'll do the second half of the zodiac tomorrow night. Okay. We'll do the second half tomorrow night. All right, Virgos. These readings are particularly pertaining to Mercury retrograde in Gemini, but there could be other factors in play. Okay, so Virgos, this reading could be for Virgo suns, Virgo moons, Virgo risings, those main three. Okay. I am doing lovely. Levette 108, I am doing lovely. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. All right, Virgos. What's going on with Virgos? There's actually a lot going on with Virgos. I'm picking up. There's a lot going on. Because there's a lot of mutable energy, but nothing in your particular sign. But it's all in tension with your sign. So Virgos, okay, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety I'm picking up. There's a lot of Virgos. Their mind is running like clockwork right now. I mean, it's been running 24/7, even in their sleep. Virgos are having a hard time sleeping. Okay, I could pick that up. Virgos, for the most part, are having difficult time sleeping, or they're getting minimal sleep. Okay, nothing more than 6 hours for sure for Virgos. There's been nothing more than 6 hours unless you're a rising Pisces. Then it's probably a different story. But if you ain't a rising Pisces, Virgos, your sleep regimen is probably not been the best. Okay, the most you've been getting is probably 6 hours a night at the most. Okay, there's a lot of stress I'm picking up with Virgos right now. A lot of stress with their current relationships. Now all of a sudden, like, their title of what they do is in question right now for Virgos. Because that Mercury retrograde is hitting that 10th house pretty hard. A lot of Virgos might be questioning their business contracts, or sponsorships. Their personal life is just been like the focus needs to be on their career, but that personal life, that lunar eclipse set some things off, bitch. I gotta say, for Virgos, that lunar eclipse in Sagittarius done set some shit off. Some of y'all might be thinking about moving now because something done happened, with the lease or the house, or or something popped up with family, like Virgos is just like, we over it. We over it. Now, Virgos, you're gonna have to be careful about that though, because you don't want to be living in escapism right now. Okay? Because some of y'all, might want to, be like, you know what, I'm gonna go on vacation. So what we gonna do is we're gonna go on vacation, we're gonna get on some shrooms, we're gonna do this, that, and the third. Okay, just release some stress, right? No. No, Virgos. I'm just gonna say no. And then some of y'all Virgos, you see that, your city is opening back up, so you might want to go back to the neighborhoodly bar you used to go to. No. Your best bet is to be sober. Okay, Virgos? Your best bet is to be sober. This ain't the time to go escape, go out drinking, doing some substance. No, this ain't the time. It may put you in a different timeline that you don't want to be in. Okay, Virgos? Stay away from the substance, stay away from the alcohol. Because you might end up in a oops kind of situationship with somebody. Okay. Virgos, also, if you get a new business contract where you moved up the ladder or something of that nature, make sure you read your contracts. Make sure you read your contracts. Don't be loose-ended right now. I don't care how stressed you are, or you need that upgrade, or you need that promotion, whatever the case may be. You better read that contract, because you might be signing something away that you don't even want to sign away. Maybe that promotion may not even have been worth it, or they need to renegotiate. There you go. Maybe that contract needs to be renegotiated. That too. Maybe they ain't paying you high enough for the amount of work you've done. Because I know a lot of Virgos work hard. Okay. Especially now, Jupiter was in your 6th house, which will be back. Jupiter's in your 7th now, dealing with your relationships. But it's going to be back in your 6th house, Virgos, for work. So, and you got Saturn there already too. Maybe there needs to be some renegotiation. Don't jump on the whim and be like, oh, I need this promotion anyways. You know, I've been waiting for this for the longest. I'm just going to go ahead and take whatever I can get. Some of y'all who are unemployed Virgos, don't be taking any kind of whatever, okay? Because you might jump on a slave ship. You're the most susceptible sign of jumping on a slave ship right now. You think that opportunity is the most perfect class? Work your ass off. Work yourself to death. Trauma response. Just saying. Especially, you know, when a lot of these jobs are on skeleton staff, even though a lot of these places, you know, some of these places are reopening. Some places already have been reopened for the longest. Like here in Atlanta, it's been open since whenever. So knowing that, you might get on a job, but it's skeleton staff, and your ass is working like crazy, like clockwork, more than 40 hours a week. And then if you have something like a passion of yours on this, you know, what you want to do, and then that job that's supposed to have been a side gig has taken your energy away. So there needs to be a lot of balance for Virgos. Okay, right now. There needs to be a lot of balance, and that's the reason why everything's out of whack or you're stressed out. There's a lack of balance in your life right now. There needs to be a balance between your work and rest. Okay? There also needs to be a balance between when you're putting yourself out there and when you should be secluded. Okay? I'm not shocked that my life is messing up. That's so weird. So weird. But yeah, these are things that Virgos you're going to probably need to focus on. I mean, let's go ahead and pull some cards and see what Spirit has to say. But these are the things that I'm picking up just from doing the astrology in my head and just knowing how all over the place the energy is and how it's affecting Virgos, the sign Virgo. Some Virgos' physical reality is just so stressful that I'm just saying, some of y'all Virgos' physical reality is just like all like just very, very compressed and tight right now. Okay. Some of y'all are just so busy that there's just like no chill, no kind of chill, no time to yourself, no time to be your own best friend. Okay. Okay. And we have judgment in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. Ooh, currency exchange in the reverse. Virgos. Currency exchange in the reverse. Ooh. Protection in the reverse. Protection in the reverse. Okay, interesting, but strength upright. Okay, strength upright. Oh, since I'm eating a solid. First question to Virgos. How's your health doing? Virgos, have you been taking care of yourself lately? Have you been taking care of yourself? What so if I open your fridge right now, am I gonna see that you've been taking care of yourself or not? Oh, there's quite a few Virgos who got quiet. Both. Virgo rising or sun or moon. Okay. I feel like Virgo moons might have it together. I'll give Virgo moons, you might have it together. Okay, because it's an emotional response here. But I'm gonna count all three though. Virgo moon, sun, or rising. If I open your fridge right now as a personal trainer, wellness coach, okay, I open up that fridge. That food's gonna reflect who you are. Okay, it's gonna reflect who you are. And Saturn in your sixth house is really putting pressure on you to take care of yourself. Okay, Saturn in your sixth house right now is telling you your physical health comes first, and then that's going to if you take care of that your temple, your physical temple, and this temple, if you can take care of that, that's going to reflect into your reality. Maybe that's why you're stressed out. Maybe that's your body giving you a signal that it needs some protection, protection in the reverse. Okay, maybe your body is sending out a signal to you that your protection might be off only because you haven't been taking care of your physical health. Okay, your sixth house, Saturn is there. And then you got Uranus squaring it from a different area of life, okay? But Uranus rules your sixth house. And then, not just that, Jupiter's going to go right back into your sixth house and put more focus on that again. See, we go in there, Virgos. Okay, we go in there. We gonna go there, Virgos, because all this energy was in the sixth house for Leos last year. You can talk to a Leo about this shit. Okay. You can talk to Leo about this. I was on they ass. I was on they ass last year. If some of y'all were watching them Leo, those Leo readings, I was on they fucking ass about their eating habits, their diet, their physical activity levels. You know, I was on they ass. So guess what? I'm on y'all ass this year, Virgos. And which I would say Virgos will do a better job than Leos when it comes to taking care of themselves. I'll give y'all that props. But y'all slipping. Y'all slipping. I know y'all slipping. I already know. Y'all slipping. And see, that energy reflects in your currency exchange out there as well. Currency exchange in the reverse. Okay, it's reflecting in your energy exchanges with others. It shows your value. You are what you eat. They don't say that for no reason. They don't. Also, it could be fogging up your judgment. Okay, judgment in the reverse. Okay, when you're not taking care of your physical health, it could be fogging and clogging your judgment, clarity. When you get your, this is an example. Okay, this is an example, and this could be for anyone. Okay, this can be for anyone, but Virgos mainly, because this reading's for you. If you're a Virgo watching this, when you get your body in an alkaline state, or when you start changing over your eating habits, this is when you will start like a lot of things will start clearing. Your sign is all about detoxifying, purifying. Okay, your sign is all about that. So when you guys do that, oh, you're gonna snap. You're your body is gonna get snatched real quick, especially now with Saturn and Jupiter about to get back in that sixth house. Oh, your body can get snatched like that. Of course, not instantly within a day, but of course, over time, it's going to happen quicker than other people. So I'm just letting you know, Virgos, like that's mainly a lot of that. And not just that, with the strength card upright, Virgos, if you start a whole regiment with this strength card upright, I know you will be consistent about it. You will follow through, unlike your other counterpart, you know, because you're ruled by Mercury. Your other counterpart, Geminis, they ain't got no follow through right now. So if Gemini start a new health regimen, it's going to be temporary, it's going to be short lived. You, on the other hand, Virgos, you have the opportunity to make it a consistency with the strength card upright. And watch when you add this into your lifestyle, into your regimen, okay, physical activity, changing over to eating habits, things of that nature. Watch your stress levels decrease. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that some of y'all have to be, you know, looking like, you know, a certain way. I'm just saying, just doing physical activity, you don't have to be all of a sudden 30 pounds lighter. That's not what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is just doing something of that nature and adding that into your regular schedule. That's going to change a lot of things for you. And right now, sometimes it's just the smallest things ever to make the biggest impact. So remember that, Virgos. If you are stressing right now about a lot of things that are going on, especially in your personal life, because I know that lunar eclipse done set some shit off, it's best to definitely use that energy and put it into some kind of physical activity or putting it into a different eating regimen. Not diet. I don't call it diets. Okay, diets is a whole that's a whole different story. Okay? That's my reading for Virgos. I hope that resonated. Because we're gonna move on to Libras. All right, so this reading is going to be for Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings. Okay, Libras. Libras, man, this is a complete, for the most part, okay? Because some of y'all had some rough solar returns I think a lot of y'all had some rough solar returns last year, okay? But Libras, for the most part, this is a complete opposite from a year ago. Okay, for most of y'all, it's a complete opposite energy for you guys, Libras. I'm actually proud of Libras. Okay, if I have to give a sign a pat on their back, it would be Libras. Because Libras are actually putting themselves first. And Libras are not known for that. Okay, Libras are not known for that. I've been picking that up because there's a lot of supportive energy for Libras. You got this Gemini energy, you know, trining your sign. Then you got that Aquarian energy, trining your sign. Like, and then once Mars gets into Leo, you're going to have that supportive energy. Like, Libras, y'all take advantage of this energy. Okay, take advantage of this. Because last year was not having it with y'all. Like, last year, we had to skip your sign. Last year, we had to skip your sign. Your sign was on some shit. But Libras, you are doing your thing this year. You're coming out this year. A lot of Libras, especially with their physical look, oh my gosh, a lot of Libras look beautiful, charming, just glowing. Okay, some Libras are getting good sex. That's a blessing. Some good sex with the right person. Okay, just Libras, y'all just okay. Let's pull some cards for. Let's just go ahead and pull some cards because Libras, y'all doing y'all thing. I'm happy for y'all. I'm feeling like a good positive energy for Libras. Okay. Okay, Libras. Let's see what the cards have to say for Libras. Let's see. Okay, you got the butterfly in the reverse. Okay, similar to Gemini's. That's funny. I say y'all living y'all life freely too. You know, you kind of like having y'all glow up and shit. Okay, we see where this is going. Okay, knowledge in the reverse. The father in the reverse. Okay. Father in the reverse. And solar plexus upright. Okay. Solar plexus upright. Get some chakra action here. Okay, Libras. All right, Libras. We're going to start with the solar plexus upright. Okay. Your solar plexus is most likely highly activated after last year. Okay. A lot of Libras are now noticing their freedom of doing the things that they love doing, having fun, romance, being creative. Some Libras are having kids. Okay, some Libras are all of a sudden, about to have, getting pregnant, because there's a lot of supportive energy in their area of life which deals with creation. Okay, being a creative has been in much support for Libras. And last year was more about like making sure you're in the right home space. The personal life was just in shambles for Libras last year. This year's a different story. Now you're in a stable environment, is what I pick up. And now you are able to really explore your creative mind space. You're really exploring um, your talents, your skills. Libras are really either A in the background, really like working on some shit. Okay, Libras are doing that right now. Or B, they're out, and about, just, being a social butterfly. Okay. Now, and that's beautiful that you have the confidence. The solar plexus is the confidence. Okay. That, you're actually beaming out there. You're being noticed for sure. Your charm is being noticed. Okay. Now, let's talk about the reversal energies. Okay. Let's talk about some of the reversal energies. So the butterfly in the reverse, okay? I feel like in Libras, if you've been traveling a lot, or yeah, being in a lot of exploration with, with the things that you want to do in life, exploration about your skills, what other talents you have out there, I feel like now it's time to narrow that down. Okay. I think now it's time to narrow down the things of levels like your interests. It's time to narrow that down. Okay. Same thing if you're dating around. Okay, Libras. If you've been dating around, maybe it's time to narrow that down. I think this butterfly in the reverse is telling you now, especially with all these retrograde seasons we're about to enter. Okay, we already have Mercury in retrograde, Pluto in retrograde, and Saturn in retrograde. Of course, Mercury's going to go direct on June 22nd, but then Jupiter's going to be in retrograde, and you got all these other outer planets going retrograde. Okay, and when your season comes around, pretty much almost everything's in retrograde. Dead ass. When I looked at the astrology in September, October, especially October, the beginning of October, when October starts, there's like 7 things in retrograde. So things are going to be bound to slow down. And that might be a sign for you to, I think this reading particularly is giving you the hint to start beginning to slow down a little bit. Okay. Especially if you've been dating a lot of men or women, if you're a Libra man, woman, or whatever you're into. Okay. It's time to narrow down the pickings, is what I'm picking up. Okay. I feel like this knowledge in the reverse is you already seen enough about the choices of men or women you're seeing. You're already now seeing that, or your interests. Okay, the things that you have been interested in doing. Now you see what you really love doing and what's been like good, cool, but it hasn't attracted your focus, your main focus. Okay, Libras, it's time to narrow things down. Okay. Also, if you've been traveling a lot, it's time to probably narrow that down too for a bit. That solar eclipse in your ninth house in Gemini is going to definitely flip the whole traveling, studying, all that. Like, it's going to flip that. And Mercury's retrograding there right now. So, like, if you're trying to study something right now, Libras, I guarantee you, either yeah, you may get the certificate or not, because I follow through. May not happen. Or, a certificate, you're probably not going to even use it. It'll just be on your list of experiences. So, and you may not use it until like later, like 10 years down the road, type later. So, it's time to really narrow down your focus. Okay, your focus has been wide. Now it's time to narrow it down because there's something down the road where, of course, you're not seeing this right now with the father in the reverse, but I feel like the father in the reverse is showing that there's going to be something in the future that you're going to provide. The father provides. Okay? That's what the father is known for. I feel like you're going to provide something down the road, probably in the second half of the year or like towards the end when all these retrogrades are done or more or majority of them. I feel like when you narrow down the things that you've noticed that you've been choose the things that you've been totally interested in. It totally connects. It totally balances to you. It totally brings harmony to you, and it ignites your glow, Libras. That's what you need to start focusing on because maybe that skill or that person you're choosing is probably going to have where you're going to provide more love to that person, or you may provide, your skills as a new job or whatever the case may be, or you upgrading to a different position. So I think this Mercury retrograde is giving you the hint of narrowing down the things that does not matter to you now. You can probably focus on that later. Now it's time to focus on the things you really truly do love, or the people or the man or woman that you're truly interested in. Put that energy into that and see how that flourishes. And I just really love the solar plexus upright for Libras because like you're a cardinal sign, so you're a go-getter. Okay, you are a go-getter. And I feel like Libras, you have the potential to really, really like by the end of the year, like really prove your results of change that you've been through. So that was a beautiful, like to me, that was a beautiful thing for Libras. I think it's a beautiful reading. I really like this reading for Libras. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to Scorpios because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say to Scorpios. All right, so this reading is for Scorpio suns, Scorpio moons, and Scorpio risings. We got a lot to talk about, Scorpios. We got a lot to talk about because y'all sign Taurus. Taurus will we'll get to you tomorrow. Scorpios, baby. Okay, we have a lot to chat about because you guys are going to be under fire. You will be under fire. Especially once Mars, one of your ruling planets, gets into Leo. Y'all going to be under some fire, okay? Let's just start with this. Scorpios, you're learning a lot of lessons about about the things that are going on in your personal life. Some of it was your fault. Some of y'all Scorpios, y'all are being too manipulative with your family members or your spouse. You're being too damn manipulative and controlling, and now they are like challenging you to Let them be free. Let them make their own decisions. Okay. Some of y'all Scorpios are trying to control other people's choices right now. You can't do that. People have their own free will. The only ones that you can try to control their choices is your kids. If you got kids, Scorpios, that makes sense. But if you ain't got no kids and you try to control grown people shit, these are where the problems come in. Scorpios, I'm feeling like also there's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, just a lot of just, I feel like there's a lot of just kind of like, there's a lot of insecurities in Scorpios right now, especially if you're a sun and a moon in Scorpio. Risings, not so much. Risings, it depends. It depends with Scorpio risings, to be honest. It depends with the situation. Depends what's going on in your chart. But moons especially, moon and Scorpios especially. Ooh wee. There is a lot, especially if Saturn is squaring your moon. Oh wow. And Uranus is opposing your moon. Oh wow. Tell me about an emotional wreck behind closed doors. I feel like a lot of Scorpios are not happy with the fact that there's people leveling up, like their friends are leveling up. Some of their exes are leveling up. Some of their enemies or people they don't like are leveling up, but you stuck where you at. And there's a reason why you're stuck where you at, Scorpios. Because jealousy and envy is pulling you down. That's extra weight that's pulling you down right now, especially emotionally. There needs to be a big let go with Scorpios, is what I'm picking up. Like a huge let go. And this might not even be pertaining to like grudges and stuff. On a positive level, it could be where you're letting go certain aspects of your life. You know, on a positive aspect of transformation for Scorpios. There's some Scorpios who are not doing that at all. Not all Scorpios are being jealous or being envious or whatever the case may be. Not all Scorpios are like that. There are some Scorpios who are adhering to the lessons of life and they are actually upgraded. It's just there's still other aspects of their life that's holding them down like weights. Some Scorpios are getting over passings right now. You know, some Scorpios, maybe one of their parents has passed away recently, or someone important and close to them dearly has passed away. So I'm thinking of these things too. These are things I'm picking up as well. So it's not just, you know, Scorpios who are in some fuck shit drama and manipulation and all this, that, and the third. But I also pick up that there are some Scorpios who are dealing with some major events in their life right now that is shaking up, you know, the direction they're headed and what they want to do, and it's delayed some things for them. So there is some other things that are hitting Scorpios in different ways. Some Scorpios are also pregnant too. I'm picking up that vibe too. Some Scorpios, Jupiter's into your fifth house a little bit. Some of you might be, since Jupiter just entered, some of you might be just thinking about creation right now, but the timing is off. That part too. Let's just pull some cards. There's a lot of heaviness with Scorpios right now. There is a lot of heaviness I'm picking up. It's a heavy energy. And I know it has a lot to do with Saturn in your fourth house. But some of y'all deal with Saturn squaring your sun. That's challenging. Moon, especially. If you got Moon Scorpio, and oof, that's rough. All right, first card, abstract upright. Abstract upright. Adolescence, interesting. We're talking about kids. Adolescence upright. Adolescence upright. Justice in the reverse. Justice card in the reverse. And the volcano in the reverse. The volcano in the reverse. That's an intense card. The volcano in the reverse. Is some of y'all feeling like you about to erupt, but it ain't happening though? Some of y'all Scorpios feeling like there's a eruption, you know, you're bubbling up a lot of anger, and then it just doesn't come out. It's like, you know, having a dream, because I've had these couple dreams, you know, every now and then, where not now, but I used to have them a lot in the past, where I would have dreams of me like in so much anger, but I couldn't speak, I couldn't react, I couldn't do anything. That's what the volcano card in the reverse reminds me of. Is where Scorpios, you may be in a position where you feel like, you know, you can't, you feel like you are having difficulties making certain, like, making certain choices for yourself because of the situation you're in currently. Or some of you Scorpios ended up in the wrong position, made the wrong choice within the past 6 months, 6 to 8 months, since the last time one of your other ruling planets went retrograde, Pluto. Something within the time frame of October 2020 up until 2 months ago. Some of you may have made a certain decision, but you felt like you made the wrong choice, especially with this Justice card in the reverse. Some of you may have felt that you broke up with a partner or something, but you regret it. There is a level of regret I'm feeling with Scorpios. There is some kind of regret. It could be where you decide to get into Bitcoin and you regret getting into it because you lost money. Or some of you there might be a Scorpio out there who got into the military. Maybe that was not a smart choice because maybe you're not happy, you don't like it. Or what are you Scorpios out there got a job because because of the economic consequences of lockdowns last year. You got a job and you're not happy with it. But then you're looking around or you're looking on social media and you're seeing certain people are living their best life right now. They're looking youthful, adolescence upright. You know, they're looking youthful. They look like they're living their best life, just leveling up, but you made the wrong decision. This is where I feel like Scorpios, this is going to relate more to the Uranus square Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. I'm feeling like especially with this abstract card upright. I'm feeling like out of all the signs, for the most part, your sign, you may have to shatter your own reality. Some of you might have to make a sudden change because all the other solutions, all the other ideas wasn't working. I'm just feeling like some Scorpios are really going to have to shake up some things to get out of the situation that they're in. Shit, some of y'all might have to look crazy. Some of y'all might have to look crazy to get out of that relationship that this partner you chose during a Mars retrograde. Because some of y'all started a relationship in that Mars retrograde of last year. Some of y'all are gonna have to plan an escape and make yourself look crazy just to get out of that one. It's very interesting because this volcano in the reverse is just very, very, very telling of a lot of buildup of emotions that's based off of poor decision making, based off of you felt like you missed your opportunity or missed your boat somehow. Um, some of you may be feeling like you moved to the wrong city because you listened to some specific spiritual guru last year who told you to move out of, move away from the coastline and some shit. Um, there's just a lot, like, I feel like Scorpios, there's some level of regret in something. Shit, some of you Scorpios got the jab. Now you're in some of y'all might be in regret because you're learning about so much shit, especially shit that dropped today. There was a little bomb that dropped today. Okay, a little truth bomb that dropped today that I've noticed not a lot of people are seeing. I go on my Facebook. I'm like, damn, nobody ain't talking about this shit. Okay, let me post a little something and see if people respond to that. But it's just like, damn, nobody noticing this shit. Some of y'all Scorpios did notice. I can feel it. Some of y'all who got that jab did notice, but you're like, fuck. Did I just get that for no reason? Some of y'all might be in that, bad timing with getting pregnant. It was a oops moment. There's just a lot of level of a lot of buildup. It's like the volcano. When you hear that a volcano is, there's been rumbles around the volcano. Okay, it's like that. There's rumbles around the volcano. They think that the volcano had woken up. It might erupt. They even said, "Oh, it could erupt like in 2 days," but it didn't. volcano in the reverse. Some of you may be feeling that way, but a lot of you let it happen. A lot of y'all made that choice. Now you gotta live with it. So yeah, there's just a lot of heavy energy with Scorpios right now. And honestly, I don't think that solar eclipse next week is going to really help you out. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna help you out really. I honestly think that solar eclipse is just going to really shift a lot of energy that you probably didn't want to be shifted. Or if we look on the bright side of things, it may be for the better. But I just feel like that solar eclipse is not going to be a major support or help with your situation if you are in a situation. But the positive note for some Scorpios, um, as long as you, with this adolescence card upright, as long as you love your inner child and really reflect on how you can, I'll say this. We'll say this, Scorpios. We'll say this. So definitely connect with your inner child. Okay, Scorpios. I think that's what's going to really kind of help offset a lot of this energy, help you release somewhat. Okay, tapping into your inner child will also help you get closer to God, closer to spirit, closer to the universe. Because as we know, children are the closest to God that they can be because their souls are innocent. There's an innocence to them. So connecting to that, if you have children, connect to your children a lot more. I think that's going to really help offset some of this energy, this heavy energy as well. Connect with your children, be there for your children, be more present with your children. If you have kids, if you're a Scorpio. So that's all I have to say for Scorpios for today. Okay. We'll check back in 2 weeks, Scorpios, and we'll see how this energy plays out. Okay. Um, last words for today. Like I said, tomorrow we'll do Sagittarius through Taurus because my computer has to get charged back up. My phone's gonna have to get charged back up, and by that time, I'm be knocked out. Okay, so but we'll get to Sagittarius through Taurus tomorrow night around the same time. And one of my last words, this just for the collective overall. I just feel like right now we are at the beginning of a lot of change happening. Okay, we are at a beginning spot of that, and I feel like right now, and this is for everyone, I feel like try to remain centered through some of these changes or some of these things that are going to be happening very quick and on the spot. Okay, don't get too swept up into what's going on. Um, I honestly do feel like whatever that was dropped today is just going to multiply over the Gemini energy is all about truth right now. Okay, the facts. You can't deny the facts. But there's going to be a lot of people in denial. Or they just not going to see it at all. So you have to be delicate with that. You're going to have to be patient with that. You're going to have to understand that these certain individuals are not going to see the facts. They are already locked in to the timeline they're in. We can't forget we just had a split in the timelines. We had that split back in the end of January. Certain souls are going one direction, certain souls are going another. And we have to remember those that are going toward the Saturn cube. That's what I'm going to call it, which it is that, but yes, those who are going towards that direction, they're not going to be able to see this. And if you do show them, it's not going to resonate with them. I know someone asked what happened today. I mean, nothing like that. I think it's pretty major, but the collective, the rest of the collective, especially on that side with the Saturn cube, they're not going to think it's that major. They don't think it's that major. No, they're not going to. They're not going to think it was that major because they're all about, they're on that side of collective going towards the Saturn cube. They're all about just getting back to their normal lives. That's all. That's all they want. They want to get back to 2019. They want to go backwards. The rest of the collective wants to go forward. So there was some truth bombs that were released today, but a lot of them are not going to see it. They're just not going to see it. Now the truth bomb, I'm gonna say this though. Neptune squared Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Here's one of my last remarks about this. Not all of that is the truth though. The truth bomb is the certain emails that were leaked actually reveal certain things. However, we have to remember what I told you before. That little virus is nothing but what has been around for ages. The common cold and the flu. The narrative that that's why I said just get your popcorn out and just watch the movie. Because we're heading into now a narrative that something had leaked from a lab. I honestly do not resonate with that. I honestly don't resonate with that. Because that virus has always been around. It's just being used as a weapon. It's nothing but a mere illusion. It's very similar to 2002, 2003. Why I say that? We're just gonna drop a little couple things. When all this shit started, okay? When all this shit started, it started with Node in Capricorn, North Node in Cancer. Okay, back in the beginning of 2020 or the end of 2019. That's where the ecliptic nodal axis, those were the two signs it was in. North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn. Okay? And then, since the government had pushed this out there, the elites pushed this out there, South Node in Capricorn, it's nothing but illusion. South Node is nothing but illusions. Okay? It's trying to prevent people from going back to their home, their souls to go toward closer to their home. Cancer, North Node in Cancer. Okay? And since the nodes has shifted, because they move backwards, since it shifted into North Node in Gemini, South Node Sagittarius, South Node Sagittarius is known about putting out fake narratives, especially if Neptune is squaring that shit. And it did that exactly at the beginning of this year, but it was squaring it for a while last year. So knowing that, there was a lot of fake narratives. So they had to drive this propaganda to get people hooked to it, get that mind hooked to it. They use the dark side of the North Node in Gemini, get that mind. Okay? Now, what I'm going to correlate it with is back in 2002 and 2003. In 2001, when 9/11 happened, North Node was in Cancer, South Node was in Capricorn. Okay? Once the nodes shift, that's when they did the TSA stuff. That's when they started doing the red alert, orange alert, yellow alert. You remember that? Those alerts? They started to do that. That was when North Node was in Gemini, South Node was in Sagittarius. And certain people were the enemy, Muslims, this, that, and the third. Okay, propaganda. And then they came up with the fake narrative that there was weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And then they sent troops over to Iraq to discover or find the weapons of mass destruction and get rid of their leader. So they got rid of the leader, but there was no weapons of mass destruction. None. Journalists were all over that shit, and there was none. None was found. So there was an agenda. They propagated everything to make you think during the time when North Node was in Gemini in 2002, 2003, that there was that Iraq was part of the responsibility of 9/11. When in reality, it was not. It was definitely not that at all. They had no part in 9/11. So we're in a similar energy as that. So now they're trying to say, because China is this, they use China as the bait, as the starting point, and say that they created that. But in my opinion, none of that's true. And then the back to the human, that's not true either. None of the shit that they're putting out there is true. I feel it. I'm like, none of the shit that they're putting out there is true. They're making you think that China started this shit. And now, guess what could happen? Who knows? It could be very similar where they go and investigate, but they send military over there, and that causes conflict. Who knows? We have this transit all the way to the end until the beginning of 2022. It could be very similar to the one they had in 2002, 2003, but probably on a bigger scale. So I'm just letting you know, don't fall for the BS. Don't fall for the capping. A lot of these things are planned shit to get you to think a certain way. Okay? They're trying to get you to think that, yes, it's a certain country or certain things are going on. No, it's not. That's not the reality. Everything is not what it seems, especially with Jupiter and Pisces and Neptune and Pisces with the South Node and Sag. You have to really discern all kinds of stories that gets out there, even from just people in your general life. There's people out there who are trying to make you believe that they're correct. Because I'm gonna let you know, this is a time to, don't be afraid to be wrong. This is for everyone. Okay? Don't be afraid to be wrong. I've made some predictions and I've been wrong. I admit to them. Like I was wrong about the economy collapsing back in January or December of last year. None of that happened. Well, not in our external world, but none of that happened. Or I remember saying last year that there was going to be a credit freeze. That never happened. I was totally wrong. Totally wrong. What else was I wrong about? I was wrong about Trump winning. Well, we're just gonna say this. I was wrong about Trump winning that instant time. Okay? I was wrong about that too. I was wrong about an exact like like a physical war happening, or like people being drafted. That too. There was certain predictions I was wrong about, and I admit to that. Okay? I admit to that. And of course, there was things I was right too, but I'm not sitting here telling you, I told you so. I told you so. I told you Biden was computerized, AI shit. I'm not telling you that, because at the same time, I'm trying to be humble. That gets on my nerves. I'm sorry when people, even my friends, I love y'all who be on here and y'all rock with me and shit like that. But that gets on my nerves when you sit there and say, I see you posting, I told you so. I told you I was right. I told you. And I'm just like, bro or girl, that's self-righteous shit. South Node and Sag too. So we have to recognize we're not going to be right all the time, and don't be afraid to be wrong. And this is with anything. Anything. Okay? Life is all about trial and error. When they sit there and say they're right and they're completely right, especially with South Node and Sag, that's an issue. Or they won't allow you to ask questions. That's another issue. If anything that does not allow you to ask questions, there's something up. And lastly, those who can't be around somebody who has a difference in opinion or belief. That too. I have a problem with that. Because you can't be around someone who challenges your way of thinking. And some of your shit's just nothing but mere perspective. So I want to say this because I see it, and it's going to get crazier. I tell you, it's about to get crazier. That's why I say you're going to see some spiritual people disappear. You are. You're going to see some spiritual people just disappear out of the blue. You're going to be like, what happened to so and so? Because maybe they can't. They ran away because they can't admit when they're wrong. When they're sitting here saying that June 11th, that date is something's going to begin that day. So that's all I'm saying. Like, just use your third eye, use your intuition, but don't be afraid to be wrong. If you put something out there, like I said, some of the predictions I put out, I will admit when I'm wrong, because life is all about trial and error. Okay. So I just want to say that. Like I said, there's going to be quite a few things that are going to change real quick. They're going to happen like that. And just, like I said, just stay focused on your path. Stay focused. Don't, give into, the BS. And these are exciting times. These are way more exciting times than last year. I have to say that. Okay. These are way more exciting times than last year. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I don't want my computer to die. So I love y'all. I hope you all have a great night. I hope my messages resonate for those of you who got the sign readings today. Like I said, tomorrow, Sagittarius through Taurus, I'm gonna get at y'all. Okay, I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. Okay, love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.